Welcome to Endless Love Stories. If you love stories that touch the heart and reveal the truth behind relationships, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Endless Love Stories. Now, let's begin. I pretended to be asleep that night, my face turned toward the wall, my breathing slow and steady, like someone lost in a dream. But my heart was pounding louder than any storm I'd ever faced. The door to my room was half closed, and I heard the voices before I even recognized the words. My mom's voice, sharp but low, carried just enough for me to hear her say, "She's just a walking bank account." My aunt laughed in agreement, whispering, "Let him marry her fast. Then we'll have her wrapped around our fingers. She has no idea how much money she really has." My stomach twisted. I wanted to scream, to get up and confront them, but instead I kept still. At 25, I never imagined my own family would be planning something so cruel, so calculated. But they were. And the worst part? They weren't talking about a stranger. They were talking about Emily, the woman I had fallen deeply in love with. Emily, with her soft eyes, her honest laugh, the way she'd bring hot coffee to my job when I was stuck on night shifts, and how she once helped my little sister through a panic attack even though they'd only met twice. Emily wasn't just my girlfriend. She was my light in the darkest rooms. And my family wanted to use her like a credit card. The next morning, I didn't say anything. I acted like I hadn't heard a word, but every smile I gave my mother, every good morning, I returned to my aunt, it burned. I looked at Emily differently, not because she had changed, but because I knew I had to protect her. That day, I asked her to meet me at the old pier by the lake, the place where we had our first date, where we had thrown stones into the water and talked about our childhood dreams. She arrived in her usual hoodie and jeans, no makeup, hair tied back, holding a coffee for me. That was Emily. No flash, just real. I looked at her and realized she was worth more than anything my family could understand. I told her everything, every word I'd heard. She didn't speak at first. She just stared at the lake. Then she said quietly, "I knew they didn't like me, but I never thought they saw me like that." I said, "They don't see you. They see your job, your salary, your future. But I see you and I'm sorry. I didn't know they'd stoop so low." Emily looked at me, her voice trembling. "So what now? Are you leaving me?" I took her hand. "No, I'm leaving them." It wasn't easy. Walking away from your family never is. But I moved out that week. I found a small apartment with just one bedroom and a leaky kitchen faucet. But it was mine, and I invited Emily to help me decorate it. She didn't hesitate. She showed up with fairy lights and candles and a box of her favorite teas. We made a home, brick by brick, not with money but with love. My mother tried calling. She sent messages. She even came to the apartment once and cried at the door. She said she was sorry, that she didn't mean what she said, that I was overreacting. But I remembered the way her voice sounded that night. Not angry, not jealous, just greedy. And I couldn't forget that. My aunt sent a message, too, just a short one. "So this is how you repay your family? For a girl?" I didn't reply, because she wasn't just a girl. She was the woman I chose. A year later, I proposed to Emily under those same lights she had hung in our tiny living room. She said yes, and we both cried. I didn't invite my mother or my aunt to the wedding. Some people said I'd regret it, but I didn't. My family had made their choice, money over love. I had made mine, love over everything. 2 years into our marriage, Emily started a nonprofit to help underprivileged girls learn coding and business. She named it The Future Is Her. I supported her in every way I could. She was never just a bank account. She was a storm of brilliance, kindness, and power, something my family couldn't buy or break. One day, I got a letter from my cousin. It said my aunt had fallen sick and my mother was struggling financially. I sent help, quietly, not because they deserved it, but because Emily reminded me that we don't become them just because they broke us. We rise. We choose differently. Moral of the story: sometimes the people closest to you don't see your heart, only your worth in dollars. But true love? It's not built on bank accounts or manipulation. It's built on honesty, protection, and standing up for what's right, even when it hurts. Never let anyone treat someone you love like a paycheck. And never forget, being the hero in someone's life sometimes means walking away from those who raised you. Backhand index pointing right. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Endless Love Stories. Every week, we bring you real feeling, emotional stories that prove love is stronger than greed.